So the Volvo V60 Polestar costs, very deep breath, just a few quid short of £50,000. 50 grand for a Volvo estate. But before you think that Volvo have completely lost the plot, it is the word Polestar that you need to concentrate on, because that means that this thing is absolutely packed with goodies. Most, in fact, I think pretty much all of which make the V60 really rather a nice thing to drive. So what do you get for your 50 grand? You get 350 horsepower from a tweaked turbo. You get seriously redesigned suspension with delightfully trick sounding dampers, which are actually adjustable. They're analog dampers, but they are adjustable manually. You've got to go to the dealership to get them adjusted. You get uprated brakes, the suspension is uprated, you get the big wheels and tyres. There isn't a single option that you can specify on the V60 Polestar, because that just shows a really nice level of confidence, I think, from Volvo. They basically say, this is it, take it or leave it, but don't change it. And you know, having spent a bit of time behind the wheel, I'm not sure I would change much on this thing. I think it's really, really rather nice. It's not absolutely rocket ship fast. It weighs over 1,800 kilograms, and yes, it has 350 horsepower and a decent thump of torque to go with it, but you're talking about kind of performance levels that are somewhere between an Audi S4 and the full house Audi RS4. And when you start to think of it like that, the Polestar actually starts to make quite a lot of sense. They've also tweaked the gearbox software, and you get a properly fruity sounding exhaust. Second gear. I mean, that doesn't sound much like a Volvo to me. It sounds good, it sounds potent, but kind of refined. I mean, ultimately, we are talking about a proper Q car here. Forget the bright blue paintwork of this one. One of these in black with a kind of stealth 350 horsepower beneath the right foot. I can see the appeal, I really can. Volvo are going to sell 125 of these things, they hope. And I actually think they will. Forget the fact that I'm sitting on this side of the car. All the ones that come to the UK will be right-hand drive. And they'll all have exactly the same amount of spec that you cannot change, as I said. So does it handle? Yeah, it does actually, in a slightly ham-fisted kind of way. I mean, it's four-wheel drive. Drive can go, they say, anything up to 100% front, 100% rear. But it feels like a front-wheel drive car that's got an unusual amount of traction. But, okay, there's a bit of understeer when you really start to lob it about, but it turns in well enough. Stops really well. There is just a little sniff of understeer, but no. The V60 Polestar handles, properly handles, and it rides pretty well too. I mean, they've got the dampers set on kind of medium at the moment. And you can stiffen them up kind of 10 ways stiffer, 10 ways softer, so you can do what you want. The springs are 80% stiffer than the standard V60, but that doesn't matter because you've got a trick set of dampers to work with much stiffer springs. Doesn't matter, you know, the ride quality is never going to suffer if you've got a proper set of dampers at work, and this thing has a proper set of dampers. I'm not sure about the steering, that you can change between lightweight, medium weight and heavyweight. Just give me the right weight, please, and that's that. But I'm liking the V60 Polestar a lot. So is the Polestar really worth 50 grand? I think it probably is, actually. I mean, it's not my sort of car. It's not the sort of car that I would want to spend 50 grand on. But if you did, I wouldn't think you were mad at all, because it really is a proper stealthy kind of Q car, and you have to like it for that. And all the modifications to the steering, to the brakes, to the dampers, to the suspension, all of it has done wonders for the Volvo V60. This is a proper driver's car, and it's got a Volvo badge on the boot.